What about now? Is that better? Can you hear me? What's going on now? Is that a dartboard on legs? No, I'm reading the chat, Dust Bunny. Hey up, love. Can you still can nobody hear me at all on my side of things? Okay, bear with me. Yeah. I'm not too sure what's going on here. Which chat are you in, Welsh? It's working now. Oh. That's a bit weird. Oh, I can hear something. Right, okay, sorry folks, there we are. Bloody nightmare. Yes. Got to... Do you know what I've got? Nice. I think I've got an audio echo coming from something on your end as well. There we are. There we are. We have, and you've done all this work, haven't you? I love the way you've laid them out on all these plinths. It's proper cool. Yes. Yep. They're pretty cool. I do like them. Okay.
Tickle me intrigued.
Better hose system on it, and then the triple axle version of it will drop at some point this evening. So you'll be able to download all that, guys.
Nice one. So what I've done for my live chat, if you type in !itch, it will take you to the Meadow Mods itch page. If you !Meadow will take you to Meadow Mods' Discord server. Channel, I think it is, will take you to his I can't think of it, YouTube channel. Sorry, I completely lost the words up. So there we go.
Forgive me, gents. I'm still trying to get to the bottom of audio problems here. It seems nobody's hearing you guys on my end. Still.
Weird.
Yes, I'm completely baffled as to what's going on here.
That's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Can those of you in my chat hear Welsh and Scoots talking still? I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this. Sorry about this.
Just let you catch up with that, mate.
You can hear me, but can you hear Welsh in mine and as well, and them? Right, okay, it seems it's working now, I think.
Ah, there we go. Excellent.
There we go. Right. There we are.
Nightbot's woken up in mine. So there you go. If you need any links for the Meadow mod stuff, !Meadow or !Itch takes you to all of their Discord server and all of their public downloadable mods through their itch page.
Yep.
And we also have got something special to announce. We'll probably do that in the last half an hour, but we've got a little giveaway that we're going to be doing tonight, and we make so.
Nice,
we'll release the details of that in a bit. So, is there anything specific you want to talk about here, Scoots, in this list of mods?
Not particularly, no. I agreed to do this mainly because I really want to give people an insight into what it's like, because the problem with modding these days, and especially in 25, is that people don't realise the work that goes into it now.
Yeah.
For anyone out there that's played previous games, the shader, or the vehicle shader as people know it as, the vast majority of the work was done for you. So it basically meant that converting from, say, one game to another was fairly straightforward.
Okay.
And with the auto convert, which you will probably see quite vastly used across most third-party websites, in my personal opinion, it seems to break more than it actually helps. Now, what really, when people just see mods like, for example, the weights or the trailers, for example, all the material system now is separated. So it means that if you've got one particular material, it means that you have to make a totally separate mask for each particular material, and then you have to dictate exactly what you want that material to do.
Right.
So in essence, what you're doing is you're repeating the process twice, because what you're doing is you're converting the model, but then you're having to redo all the textures for it as well. And it takes a lot of time. It's not like, I miss the days of 22 where you could just simply convert things over and it would just magically appear and you'd simply fix the bits and pieces that needed to be fixed.
Yeah.
And then it would simply be a mod, and that is it. You can still do that, but the problem is that with me now, I can't get away with that, because I would get criticised for it, basically, because I've set such a standard with some of these models now, where then everyone just expects the same.
Yeah.
To speak about the RW trailer, especially this particular one, is the one that did get me in a little bit of hot water with the original modder.
There was a whole world of faff with this particular model, wasn't there? That went back quite a way.
Yes. So originally this was released on a third-party website.
Okay.
It was released in beyond shocking condition. To the point where it wasn't even usable. I don't know what made that person decide to release it, but they did.
Yeah.
Me being me, I just went, oh, I'll fix that, and I'll re-release it, not knowing that the original model had actually been stolen. It was only when the creator actually contacted me.
Yeah.
And said this had been stolen. I apologised and said I would pull it if needs be. And look, I won't mention any names, but luckily the person in question was really decent about it and said, no, that's absolutely fine. I just wanted to let you know, and I'm happy for it to still stay up. So
yeah,
that person knows who they are if they are listening. But as I say, this is the big problem with modding these days. I work tirelessly in the background that people don't see. I'm contacting multiple people multiple times a day and still working a full-time job. Let's not forget this as well. A lot of people think I do this for a living. I don't. This is a hobby. So, trying to get the right permissions for things and trying to keep on the right side of the modding community is extremely difficult. Again, some people can be easily contacted, some people cannot, and it's a minefield. trying to like work things out and try and, because my intention is never to ever annoy people or
no,
commit theft of any way, shape or form again. And it's more just getting it out there to people that are listening, and again, I'm guilty of it, like everyone is. You know, everyone takes full advantage of mods, but take it from someone that works with them. It literally can consume your life if you allow it to. The Richard Weston trailer alone was 60 hours of work alone.
Goodness, yeah, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, when you look at it like that, it's a lot of work, isn't it? You tot it up like that.
For a muck spreader, you know, for a muck spreader, when I look at it, and again, my partner, you know, my partner's really supportive. She knows I'm quite weird in the respect that, you know, I do stuff like this, and
she enjoys her peace and quiet.
Yeah.
She looks at me. She's looked at me before, and she's just like you've spent 60 hours on that. Like,
it's a trailer.
Yeah, like, what are you doing? Like, you know, and I'm just like, I can't help it, you know.
Yeah.
And again, it's the same, like, even with the weights, you look at the weights and they're just weights and they connect to a front of a tractor and that's it.
But the amount of work that goes into them.
Yeah. 25 hours a piece for each of them. It's mind-boggling, but a lot of people just don't see it, you know.
From my point of view, it's little things like this. Let's just use the weights as an example that make the game a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah, because
I find myself like I can't drive off. I haven't got a weight in front. It's a game.
Yeah, but you know in your mind that if you're doing a particular job in a field with a particular bit of machinery, that you would need a weight on the front, and you know that if you're going to do it even remotely correctly, that's what it's for. Hey.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I've got a question from Mark Thor Scoots asking what he said. Asking what it's like contacting some of the Polish modders. Have you ever had to do that?
Yes. Language barriers are very difficult. And again, it's making very clear your intentions as to what you want to do. I've been very fortunate that just about everything that's here has got full permissions, and again, if ever I was to be challenged over it, then you know, I've got the proof to say that I've got the permissions to release them.
I'm just going to nip off and start a mower off on one of these fields, gents. I'll be back in 2.
Okie dokie.
As a lot of people usually that I've found with most people, most other modders are very reasonable. The usual only stipulation is that you don't profit from it, which is understandable. Again, I do put a donation link within that, and they're happy with that. But again, to everyone who's watching, that is totally just, if you do want to do it, there's no stipulation to pay.
Well, that's it.
Any amount of money.
Yeah, it's giving players the opportunity to support the modder if they wish to. At the end of the day, it's not forcing them to do it. You're not forcing them to part with money. But if they want to support you in your efforts moving forward, that's the way they can do it. And I know a lot of people do that, and they're happy to do that because this game is a massive thing to a lot of people. And if, you know, it's something we all know, and I'm sure everybody who's watching and listening knows this game is made by mods. If this was just the base game, it would not have the longevity and the interest that it has, because it would be wholeheartedly dull and you'd be bored of it in minutes, because you'd have, what, 3-4 maps and, what, 30-40 tractors and bits of machinery, and that's it. The mods give it the massive
Exactly.
variety.
As I say, it's the silly things, like stupidly enough, the software that we use to create the new textures for the game.
Yeah.
That's £55 a month.
Really?
To buy, yeah. So
Goodness
in
me.
order to pay for that each month, you've got to make it worth your while. So again, you know, if I do get any kind of donations, all it does really is just offset the cost of that. I'm certainly no millionaire, and I ain't got a Bentley in the drive. Do you know what I mean? It's
You and me both, mate. Unfortunately.
Yeah, it just offsets the cost. But again, it's the same with the like the Grizzlies, for example. Getting the coding for that and getting it to work, you know.
Yeah.
I nearly lost my hair just trying to get it to function correctly.
Really?
Yeah, because the problem is that Giants every time they patch, they mess with the coding, and it's, as I say, it's a shocker really. Anyone who's modded before, or anyone who's got any modding experience from any previous games, we've never had so many versions of Giants Editor. We've got another one that's dropped today.
Yes, yeah, thanks to the patch, yeah.
It seems like it's every single time that they patch the game, they have to give us a new Giants editor for some reason, and I don't know why, because in the last game we got 2 versions and that was it.
Right.
So I don't know what the reasons are behind it, but yeah, as I say, it's my OCD, because again, it's not just me. These other people that are part of Meadow, I'm only one piece of it. There's Ross. Ross is currently on holiday at the moment, so I don't know whether he'd be watching. But
okay,
I know Jamie's tuned in, and maybe JCB as well is tuned in to watch this. But
evening, gents, if you are.
Evening, gentlemen. Yeah. Thanks for joining.
It's a collaborative team effort. Again, the vast majority of the projects that are on the Meadow page are mine.
Yeah.
Except. I don't believe the Larrington, the first Larrington, was all JCB.
Okay. There's a lovely trailer.
Most of the work on, he did most of the work on that.
Nice.
And I do believe that on the triple axle that will drop at some point, he did most of the work on that as well.
Cool. Cool.
Which he's credited for. He's credited for in the description on the HIO. So yeah, as I say, it's mad, really. You know, when you see it all out like this, I don't look at it like that, because you're probably all going to be quite shocked to hear this, but every single piece of equipment here, I've never actually used.
You never? Have you not? Goodness me. So, well,
no.
This was obviously, I've got a couple of questions lined up to ask you in that respect, and I suppose that kind of merges into one of them. Was what first got you into Farming Simulator, and what made you get into modding? More importantly, was it playing the game and wanting something that wasn't available, and that turned you then to, oh, how do I make this? And then all of a sudden you've fallen down a rabbit hole, and 2 years later you've got a portfolio of mods. What was it that got you into this world?
So I've been playing FS since 17,
right.
like most people, and back in them days, the modding scene was quite a weird and wonderful world to be part of. It was very, very private.
Oh, okay.
Very, very closed. Yes, there was public mods available and things like that, but in order to really get access to some of the really good stuff, it was, you had to know someone, you had to be friends with a particular person, you had to be in a certain clique.
Oh, okay.
That's how it used to work. And then when 19 came around, I was like just this guy that wanted this tractor or this plow or this particular mod.
Yeah.
And I would reach out to people and say, can I have a copy of that? Or, you know, can I use that on my farm? And the reception was a little bit negative. It was very much like, no, it's private. Or, you know, some expletives, like, you know, to say,
yeah.
Go away, basically.
yeah.
Which is a little bit,
too, buddy.
yeah.
Nice to have you on board, mate.
Which is a little bit like me today now with what goes on with me.
So turned into one of them.
Yeah. So basically, I sat there one night, and the story goes that there was this particular trailer,
right,
from 17 that I wanted, and I tried and tried and tried, and I just, no one would part with it.
Okay.
But there was pictures of it everywhere. Everyone was using it. So I just thought, you know what? Sod it. I'm going to do it myself.
Yep.
And it just basically snowballed from there. And I got more and more into it, and more and more into it. And then before I knew it, like in 19, and by the way, I wasn't on Discord then. I was on my own, completely on my own, and didn't know anyone. I was a solo player, and I just did things for me.
Yeah.
And then I just like continued, and then 22 landed. Now, when 22 landed, the jump from 19 to 22 was sizable, but not sizable in the respect of modding. It was still fairly straightforward. Now, most people are probably going to shout at the screen saying, "No, it wasn't," but it was. It from a modder's perspective, it was.
Yeah.
It was quite simple to convert from one thing to another. There really wasn't any kind of like technical stuff to it. If you knew, you knew, and that was it.
Yeah.
And I started doing stuff, and then thought, well, it's a bit lonely, you know what I mean? Like I wonder if I can speak to other modders and find other people. So I went onto Discord, and I jumped into a random server. Can't even remember the name of it. And I met, if anyone's part of the Meadow group, I met Jamie.
Okay.
And
I've spoken to Jamie a few times.
Yeah, and me and Jamie got chatting, and he, the funny story of how we actually really got met and got close was, he said, "Have you got a West spreader? I'm sure I've seen you with a West spreader." And I said, "Yeah, why?" And he says, "Does your PTO work on yours? Does it spin?" And I went, "Yeah, why?" And he went, "Can I have yours?" And I went,
because mine
"Yeah,
doesn't.
Yeah, anyway, and I went, yeah, if you want. And it just started from there. And we're really good friends now.
Nice.
Best of friends. And then we met Ross, if anyone's in Meadow, RHP. Phenomenal tanker. He's obsessed with tankers.
Yeah, kind of gathered that.
Yeah, loves tankers
as well.
Yeah, loves tankers and everything. And he was a total novice. He'd never modded ever in his life, and he basically just said, "But I want to learn." And I went, "But do you though? Do you really want to go down that rabbit hole and learn?" Because I'm like, it's hard, like getting your head around it and making it click. When you've got it, yeah, when you've got it, you've got it. But like just getting it to click, it is really, really difficult, and it's really frustrating. And most people just literally throw it against the wall before they've even like really got into it.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work the first time, they're just not interested. And again, with modding, it is like that. You've got to like you'll fix one thing which then breaks 3 other things, and then you've got to like work out and unpick it and work out where you've gone wrong or what's gone wrong.
Yeah.
So I said to him, like, look, if you really want to learn, that's fine. I'll show you. And Jamie got involved as well, and now he's phenomenal. He's really, really good.
Nice.
He can literally go toe to toe with me and Jamie in respect of that. He's gone more down the modding route now. The mapping route now, but he can still do what he needs to do.
Well, it's expanding the horizons, I suppose. And you start somewhere. You start with trying to make a PTO physically move, and months and years later, you've built yourself a handful of mods and a bit of a portfolio. And the next thing is, like you say, it's like, ooh, let's try maps, and you can kind of once you can do maps and mods, you can pretty much you've got everything covered, then, haven't you?
I found something similar with like, oh, I'm just going to change the texture on this. And before you know,
9 hours later, you're still there.
Yeah,
changing.
Yeah.
And you put air fresheners in the cab of your tractor, and you've got Red Bull cans sitting in cup holders in the cab of your tractor.
that's a rabbit hole in itself. Do you gents want to jump up? One of you gents want to jump on a tractor with a baler and start baling, and then
Yeah, do it. I've got myself. I've got my Fent here that I've purchased. It's got the good old Philip Watkins weight on the front. Let's showcase that somehow.
Yeah.
So what do
you can just watch?
What do you want? What do you want us on? A baler?
To be perfectly honest, I'm more than happy to just chat. To be honest, I can only concentrate on one thing at once. So, as I say, yeah, that's like the kind of like the story of like the Meadow and what it is today. But again, like a lot of people that are new to Meadow or not being part of Meadow, we've had a lot of downturn as well. You know, we've had a lot of bad things happen. You know, we've had a lot of things take place that we didn't want to take place. Some people in the channel or that are close to us in particular personally will be probably aware of this, but our entire private catalogue of 22 mods from the previous game was leaked.
Oh, you're joking? Goodness.
Yeah, so it was that many. I knew you'd had problems with them. I didn't realise it was that many.
About 13.5 gigs worth.
Whoa.
Of mods. Most of them never made public.
Oh, you're joking? That's a lot of mods. 13.5 gig.
Yeah. And again, we're still dealing with the after effects of that. You know, things of ours that are appearing in places that they shouldn't be. But
really.
Yeah, and again, Welsh probably knows this, but I released the Larrington, and within 24 hours the assets were ripped off of it and put on another trailer.
Goodness me.
And then posted in the Discord that I'm admin for, like it was acceptable. And
wow.
After that, I just lost. I didn't lose it. Yeah, I did actually. I lost it. I just thought, you know what? Why bother? Like,
your motivation can be properly knocked with that, couldn't it?
Yeah, I just thought, you know, here's me on an evening trying to do this stuff for people, and it's like my stuff's getting nicked before it's even been out like in 24 hours. You know,
it's the lack of knowledge that a lot of players have as to what modders actually go through to create the mods that we all use to play with. You see it. You see it mentioned a lot, and it's described, I think, as a sense of entitlement. That, you know, people, they see a photo or a picture of a mod on a website somewhere, or somebody playing with it on a video, and they just want it, and they want it, and they want it, and they'll go through anything to get it, but they don't appreciate what's gone into it, or where they get it from, or the legitimacy of the source that they get it from. Do you know what I mean? And this is something that's become, it's really important. I mean, I can't mod to save my life. I won't beat around the bush about it. I have never tried to mod. I've jumped into Blender once or twice to try and alter something, and I almost had a coronary. You know, it was like, no, it's just not my thing. But being a content creator and being the person making videos using the mods that people make, it's, from my side of the fence and our side of the fence, it's so important to make sure that we get the mods from the correct places, and that we make sure and we try and instill into everyone else who's watching and listening to be mindful of where they get their mods from, and, you know, to bear that in mind. Don't just go to any old scraper sites. Don't ever go to scraper sites if you can help it. I've tried on my Discord to, you know, not post mods from scraper sites, just because you just never know. Like you've just said, you had 13.5 gigabytes worth of mods taken from somewhere, and they could be all over the place. So the likelihood is they were received illegitimately, and they're probably going to be on illegitimate sites. So stay away from them at all costs. Only get your mods from the sites that the modders use, your own sites. You know,
they were being sold.
They were being sold.
Yes, we know that they were being sold.
Wow.
On places like Facebook and other places like that. We've had evidence to show that particular stuff that we had was being sold for cash.
Goodness me.
Which,
that blows
you
my
know,
mind. That like, that just like, why would you pay? I understand, fully get the amount of time it takes you to do it, and I fully appreciate that. But it's like we go back to, you're playing a game. Why pay for something? Do you get what I mean? Does that make sense without sounding like I'm being insulted into the amount of time that it takes you to make them and stuff like that? The whole fact that there is actually a cash market for stuff like that.
yeah, no, absolutely. You know, am I gonna turn around and say that I've never done anything for cash? No, absolutely not.
That's different.
Yeah,
That's different.
I have been paid. I have made money from modding, but again, this is through it's somebody else's model. It's not my model. It's not anybody else's model. This is someone who's had this made for them, and then they want, and because the paranoia in 25 is higher than I've ever seen it before, compared to what it's been like in previous FS games.
In the modding community.
People are scared to death of
do you think that's because
over.
the game's more popular and there's more people, or there's more ruthless people about who are willing to just take what you've got?
Yeah, I think it's more just the moral compass that's slightly swayed, and the problem with FS is that a lot of the people that play it, and again, no disrespect to anyone, are a lot younger in audience.
Yes.
We're talking about teenagers here, anything between the ages of 13 to 18.
Yeah.
So again, they don't have the same concept of what it's like, you know, to spend 60 hours on a mod, or like say, some people just don't have the first clue about it. And I get people all the time. I get 30 to 40 DMs every single day without fail.
Wow.
Asking for help, tips, advice. Can I have? Can I buy?
Can you do this? Yeah.
Helps, tips and advice you can understand, can't you? I mean, I'm in that category of people like, I'm looking for this, or I want to do that. Any chance you can help me out to do it?
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
You can understand a bit more, can't you? Because people are willing to learn and you're willing to help.
Yeah. They
can then go off and eventually maybe even turn into a model themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I say,
the downside to that is people learn and then go off and potentially rip someone else's stuff off. That's the downside to it.
Yeah. Got to say,
that's the biggest problem as well. That is the big problem. When I learned Blender in 25, because I didn't do Blender in 22 because I didn't need it. I taught myself Blender for 25 and no other reason.
Okay.
And then people reached out to me and says, "Can you teach me how to do this?" Now the problem is that you've got to be so careful, because, and I've explained this to many people before, and a lot of people just think you're being funny about it, but like I say, just hear me out on this. I don't want to give someone the tools to be able to then be able to rip somebody else's work off.
Yeah.
No, I know you don't know.
And that's what I try to get over to people. It's not that I don't want to teach people. Like, people have said, do YouTube, go on TikTok, you know, do all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'd love to do that, but I wouldn't be able to hold it on my conscience that I've give someone the ability to be able to then start ripping people's mods off, because I know that is what will happen.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
You can
I've
never
seen
be
it before.
Yeah, you can never be too sure, 100% certain of someone's intentions, whatever they might be wanting to do at the end of the day.
So, going back to that pack for 22, and we'll think about maybe moving on a bit, but Daniel Brown's asking, SCOOTZ, were these the packs being sold for like hundreds of pounds?
Correct.
Hundreds of pounds?
Hundreds of pounds.
Yeah,
hundreds and hundreds of pounds.
Are you serious?
That is mind-blowing. Like, that is nuts.
Wow.
And yeah, and again, to be honest, the 22 versions are flying about. I can't deny that.
Yeah.
But there was also 225 versions that was going around as well, and they were selling for hundreds and hundreds of pounds. But in them was they were very, very large packs. They were like
Okay.
10 to 15 different trailers, or of a particular brand, or a multitude of different tankers, or they were very, very large
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
items.
Yeah.
That were available, and again, there's no doubt that the individual in question that was selling them made 4 figures off of it. That
Good
I can
Lord.
confirm.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Unfortunately, the person which the packs, well, I know 2 of the packs definitely belong to, which is part of my team. There was well over maybe 200, 300, 400 hours put into them.
Wow. Yeah, yeah.
And after that, and again, to be honest, I don't think he'll even have a go at me for this. It's changed him.
Really?
He's not the same. Yeah, he's not the same person that he was before.
But you put that much time and that much effort and creativity in your own, you know, mind towards these things because you want to do them for a particular reason. But then when they get, you know, it's the same principle, I think, when it comes to any kind of material thing that gets stolen. I know friends, because I've always been into cars. Me and my friends have always been into modifying cars in real life. And when your car gets stolen, because that's happened to a couple of friends of mine, when the car gets stolen and it gets brought back to them, fortunately, after the fact, they lose their they've lost their thing with it because it's like tainted kind of thing. And I know it's not the same, don't get me wrong, it's a similar principle. You know, you invest lots and lots of time, lots and lots of money, especially when it comes to cars, and you know, you do something to a car to make it your own, and you modify it and spend thousands and thousands of pounds on it. Then someone half inches it from you, nicks it, takes it for a joyride, and the police find it in a lay-by, 2 days later. Oh, we've got your car back, sir. It's like, great, thanks, but someone else has had it now. It's like, you've lost or they in particular lost the mojo for it, and it's like, I suppose it's a very similar thing to what your friend's feeling with the theft of all his mods. That's pretty rubbish, really.
Yeah. On that subject, Henry's Engines come out with a good question on my chat. He says, "Do you think how you get treated in a modern community massively reflects on fame, skills, and reputation?" I'd say that, and a little bit of popularity. People are always after being sort of, "Oh, look what I've got."
Yeah.
If you get what I mean.
Yeah, I do get that. Absolutely. Got to give a big shout out to everyone in my chat. Forgive me, everyone. I'm not ignoring your questions and your chats here. Obviously, this particular episode is slightly different to what we've done so far in episode 1, just chatting absolute nonsense and farming away. We're very happy listening to SCOOTZ and his history of how he's got to where he's got to and what he's been through and what him and his mates have experienced and stuff. So yeah, I'm not ignoring anyone. Got Oz in the chat there, Mark Thor, Jamie Modding, is that?
Yes.
There he is, the man in question. Yeah. Good evening, sir. Hope you're well. So yeah, everyone in the chat, I'm not being rude, and it's quite clear that I need to alter my Nightbot settings because Nightbot's just spitting them out left, right, and centre here. Meadow Mods there, sub to LIVESTREAM Farmer there. So that's another thing actually, Welsh. You're 11 subs off 500, is that right?
I was when the stream started, yes.
Oh, where are you up to now?
Oh, I haven't looked.
You haven't looked? Well, if anyone's on my side, if you're in the chat watching on my side of things, please do go and sub to Welsh if you can, because he's only where are you up to now? Numbers wise.
Switching over. Give us 1 second, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
It's still 489. Let's have a look.
But yeah, I'm trying to get you over the 500 subs mark. That would be an awesome thing.
What am I going to do? What does Freon want me to do if I hit 500 subs?
If you hit 500...
No, still 489. Quick one, what are you going to say? If I hit 500, what am I supposed to do, in your opinion? Come on, tell everybody.
This is going to be...
What was it?
Go naked around the whole entire house.
I was hoping I wouldn't hear something like that.
It wasn't the house originally, it was the garden, so I might have got away with that one.
You've got to run naked around the garden.
Apparently so.
What about
20 times.
what about something YouTube channel friendly?
Yeah, that might be a bit better actually. We'll have to think of that. Maybe we should put that out to my chat. If we can hit 500 subs tonight, I would have to do some sort of celebration, preferably a PG one.
Yes.
Go for it.
Yes. Hey up, Dust Bunny.
do it right
You should see the link in one of the 150 million Nightbot links that Nightbot's been spitting out in the chat there, love. A couple above you there.
I think
YouTube.com.
if you hit 500 subs, you've got to do nice to free on for a whole week.
Wow, that is a challenge.
You,
Mrs. Welsh has just said if I hit 500 subs tonight, I have to be nice to Freon for a whole week.
are you not nice to
Oh, yeah,
Freon?
actually.
Are you not nice to Rion normally?
Am I nice to you, mate?
Yeah, he
Very
is.
careful how you answer that question.
yeah.
You're not nice to me.
Oh,
Mark,
that's outrageous.
Mark Thor says live stream and 500 push-ups. It's not a bad. That's not a bad one. That actually 500 push-ups on the live stream.
No, 500 million push-ups.
Like set up some sort of course play and auto drive thing to do a harvest, and I've got to do the push. No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, or attempt to do 500 push-ups, as Hutchins is saying there. Yeah.
Attempt would be the optimal word there.
I couldn't. Yeah, push-ups are a killer. No chance.
No. Maybe I could do some squats with Freon on my back or something like that. I could do that.
No, they should not do that. That hurt my back.
What was I gonna? So, Scoots, I've got a question for you. Out of all the stuff, I know you said that you generally don't use a lot of the stuff that you have modded and made. Out of all of the stuff that you have made, which would be your favourite?
I'd probably say out of everything that I've probably done, my favourite project was probably the spreader.
Okay.
And again, the spreader and the Richard Weston trailer have probably been two of the most successful things that I've done.
Nice.
The problem is, like, a lot of people do ask the question, like, well, how many downloads have you actually achieved? And it's really difficult to say because problem is that I do put stuff on King's Mods officially by me, but the only reason why I do that is to stop them from stealing it, because they do. They literally bought straight off of itch.io, so
Yeah.
combat that.
By putting
I
it
put
on
it
there
on
yourself.
myself.
Yeah.
Because it gives me at
Evening,
least
Dust
a
Bunny.
little bit.
How you doing? Thanks for joining
It
us.
gives me a little bit of control back, but
Yeah.
again, I can't do that for the copious amounts of websites that are
Thank you very
about.
much for the sub.
That's it.
So-
You end up just chasing your tail, don't you? Really, just trying to combat site after site, just scraping everything off the original source.
Which is nuts,
Yeah.
isn't it? The fact that you have to actually do that is insane.
I know.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. It's one of them. It's something that I've learned as a modder that just comes with the territory, I'm afraid. But
Yeah.
I know what to do for Dad when he hits 500 subs.
Go on.
Go naked around the whole
It's-
entire garden with everybody watching him in.
No, that's not a very good idea.
Yes, it is.
Dust Buddy says hello, by the way.
Why has everything got to revolve around going naked around somewhere?
Because he's 7 years old, mate. That's it. It's like it's a sort of standard behaviour.
Oh dear. Yeah.
Should we leave that little bit of grass there and go and get a trailer and a bale stacker?
Dust Bunny has sub to you, Welsh.
That's actually too.
Got a
I
message
know, I've
over
just
here.
seen that. Yes, thank you very much, Dust Bunny.
Nice
Much
one, Dusty.
appreciated. You want to do that, do you?
Dust Bunny's a
Do that.
legend.
Then I'll get the.
You only need 8 more apparently, according to Long Hill here.
Oh,
There we
getting
go.
closer.
That's awesome.
Thank you very much, guys. Much appreciated on the new subs. Really do appreciate
Absolutely.
everybody's time.
Legend.
And it's
Right.
nearly time to give about another 5 minutes or so. We'll get this grass mown, and then I'll detail the giveaway that we're going to
okay.
do, and then we'll run that in a bit.
No problem. Got a question for Scoots from Eamon in the chat here. Would they reach out to the equipment manufacturers at any stage as part of the modding process? to get you know, like permission to do something that doesn't exist, and you wanted to do like a particular brand of something that doesn't exist in the game? Is that something you'd ever consider doing?
It's something that possibly I'd consider, but again, the biggest issue around that is giants.
Yes.
Because even if you get the permission, usually it involves money, and you know, these manufacturers will not hand their assets over without some kind of payment. They're certainly not in the game for charity work.
No, of course.
And again,
yeah.
I can only imagine how much Bunning have charged for the DLC to be part of that, and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
But it's difficult, really, because a lot of people say, "Oh, you're a modder," but in reality, I'm not, because I don't model the models.
Yeah.
So when people say, "Oh, you're a modder," I use it very loosely, because the models I use are somebody else's the vast majority of the time, and again, what I tend to do is I just bridge the gap between, because a lot of the modders that are making models for 25, as in off the shelf brand new, most people don't want to go back on their work, so they usually, it's kind of like the arrow effect.
Yeah.
So if they make something for 22, it's very, very rare that they will go back and re-release for, say, the next iteration of the game. Don't get me wrong, some modders do, but not a lot of them don't. They focus on like that new project, and that's it. So I bridge the gap, and that's when I reach out to these people and say, look, like all these items here, the Watkins weight, the cherry weight's from 19, and a lot of the other bits and pieces. That's when I reach out to them and say, look, if they're still modding, by the way, because again, not everyone is still modding. Modding, you gain modders and lose modders every year for whatever reason. So I reach out to these people and say, look, I understand that you're busy doing other projects and X, Y, and Z, and you know, can I have permission to bring this back? And usually I do get the permissions, and that's usually what you're seeing now. You'll be very surprised how many people actually say no.
Well, yeah.
And I just and I respect that, and I don't make them public. So yeah, it's not like, not everyone says yes, and
but the main thing is you are sticking to the rules, the rules that those of us in the community know about when it comes to using assets that haven't started off or originated with, for example, yourself. You know, you stick to the rules. You reach out to the original modder, you get the permission to work on this particular whatever it might be, X, Y, and Z, and if they say yes, then off you go, and if they say no, you know, you do what's right. And that's the one thing that's important to mention here, because there's so many times where, even just on Discord, for example, someone will have posted a link to a mod, and you find out, and I see that mod and go, oh, I really like that, and then within a couple of minutes I've actually learned, no, hang on a minute, this is actually, you know, someone else will pop up and say, no, that's actually been stolen. That's, you know, we can't be using that. That used to belong to X, Y, and Z, and it was actually stolen, and this, that, and the other, and it's like, oh, you know, bloody hell. So it's the main thing is you are sticking to the rules, as it were.
As much as I possibly can.
Yes.
As I say, I did get my fingers burnt with the RW trailers, and again, I held my hands up to that. But yeah, the everything here is either I've got the permission from the original creator, or the mod is so old that it's impossible to get the permission. But I make that very, very clear. And I'm very easily contactable. People know where I am on Discord. People can contact me directly through the HIO page. So again, people know that if there's any problems, then I'm very easily contactable. But luckily, touch wood, apart from the RW trailer, I've not actually had many issues. Everything's been quite well received, and most of the modders that I've given permission for stuff to be done, I've been very, very happy with the result. So
that's awesome.
It's good. But again, to everyone out there that has downloaded the mods and used the mods, thank you. For anyone that's donated, no matter how little. Again, thanks very much. It was never my intention to become this like pillar.
Well, you've made a name for yourself at the end of the day. People know who you are. People use your mods, and it's the quality of the mods that gets the name out there at the end of the day. And it's just like it's a snowball effect, isn't it? One or two people find your mods, they use it, other people see those, and before you know it, people know the name Meadow Mods, and most people have it bookmarked in their web browser or whatever, you know, and jumping on your Discord and stuff, and that's just a great thing, isn't it, at the end of the day?
It is, and it isn't. It's, you know, sometimes when you just want a quiet life and you just want to just be left alone, unfortunately, it's not always the case. And again, I'm not the only person that's part of this, you know.
Yeah.
Jamie gets harassed, Ross gets harassed, JCB gets harassed. We all get harassed at some point or another. You know,
by me quite a bit, to be fair.
And it does come with the territory, so we are quite used to it. But
yeah,
as I say, for everyone out there that does use the mods and supports what I do, thanks. Again, it's really hard to describe because, as I say, I never did it for the fame. I never did it for the look at me sort of, look what I can do. I did it as a hobby, and then within 22 mainly, my name really built up through actually fixing third party, shockingly enough. So what would happen would I download something from, say, King's Mods, and it'd be an absolute mess.
Yeah.
I'd then go ahead, fix it all, and then drop it on the Discord server, the Meadow Discord server, and say, oh, just by the way, guys, I've fixed this. And then before you knew it, it just like kind of snowballed, and then before you know it, I was then taking stuff from 19 and bringing that over, and then before you know it, I went into 25. Because again, most people don't realize I learned Blender in 25. I'd never used Blender up until that point. Blender was my first dip in the water into Blender.
Yeah.
And it was a challenge. It really like mashed my melon for I think from November up until just after Christmas. I literally worked on it religiously every waking hour I could to try and get it to stick.
Well, you're not the only one in that respect, actually, because I now and again I haven't actually spoken to him for a wee while, but I've quite regularly talked to FARMERSIM Briscoe, you know, the maker of this map, and he's the same. He's quite recently kind of got his head around Blender and started to make his own models and stuff like that for his maps, and it's a, like you say, it's a massive learning curve to start using that particular program to do stuff within the game.
It is, and a lot of people says, why don't you make your own models? And a lot of people have come to me and said this, and to be honest, the reason why more than anything is I just don't feel the need to. There's nothing out there that I've seen that I thought I've got to make that, or I've got to reproduce that. We've got a lot of talented people within this community that would run rings around me in regards to Blender, you know. So I'd much rather leave them people to I stay in my lane. I know what I'm good at, and I stick to that, and that's why I just do what I do. And again, it's not without its, you know, without its negatives. You know what I mean? You know, with what happened with the Larrington, you know, his soul destroying, and what's happened in the past with what's gone on with my my modding like journey and Jamie's and Ross's, and again, not just theirs, but I speak to other modders, a lot of other modders, and they've all got very, very similar stories. It's nothing new, you know. It's not like I'm not the only one, and I certainly won't be the only one going forward. It's always going to happen.
But unfortunately, it's just the way society is, and I think now
it is. But just like I say to everyone out there, I'm not saying don't download from places like King's Mods and third-party websites, but please just do your investigation work.
Be mindful of where you're getting things from.
Look at where you're downloading your stuff from, and again, please run a log if anyone doesn't know what that is, run a log on the stuff that you're downloading, because you will find that the vast majority of things on third party is broken, and I mean very broken. So just have that in mind. At least you know that if you're downloading it from a place like my itch page, you know it's 100% clean and it's been fully tested before it goes out. Yes, I'm a human, I make mistakes like everyone does, and usually them issues are fixed fairly quickly. I.e. the Larrington host system, we wasn't happy with it, so it's been redone. But yeah, just be mindful, people. As I say, support people. Go to the source. If you know it's a Meadow mod, or you know the creator, go to the page, download it from the page. If it's on Mod Hub, get it from Mod Hub.
That's it.
Don't get it from third-party websites, because again, you know, you just don't know what you're downloading, and as I say, just support the people that are actually putting your stuff out, that are putting this stuff out here, because again, I work full time. I work 50 hours a week sometimes even more. And there's times when I'm still sat up at 3 o'clock in the morning, putting stuff together to drop on the itch.io page, having 2 hours sleep, and then going and doing a full day's work.
I don't know how you do that.
It's not uncommon. It's not uncommon for me. You know,
Goodness me.
I've done that quite regular. You know, you know, it is an addiction. It's like, you know, I want to see people enjoy the stuff that I use, and it fills me with absolute joy seeing people running around with my weights and stuff. It's great.
That just shows the passion that you've got for doing what you do with the game. That's the thing. At the end of the day, if you're staying up and giving yourself 2 or 3 hours sleep a night, that just shows the commitment and what you've got for creating what you create. And that's, you know, and that's why it is so important to support modders and go to the original source for the, you know, the likes of your own itch.io pages, and not getting them from all those awful scraper sites, because it just, you know, just seeing those extra download numbers on your itch page, for example, will just help keep you going, I suppose. It's the same for, you know, from us as a YouTube content creator here. You see, you know, subs growing here, there and everywhere, and it gives you the motivation to carry on doing what you do. So yeah, totally with you there, mate.
It's just to let it, again, it's not about monetary value. It's not about the amount of subs that sub the itch.io and stuff like that. That I paid just absolutely no attention to, but it's just seeing the mods out there, seeing people use them, and seeing people enjoy them. And again, it's just getting across to people, like, just the really, really silly things that people maybe don't pay attention to, but does take work. Silly little things like adding sounds to straps, making the door squeak on the Watkins weight when it opens.
Yeah.
All them little things that we do just to make it just that little bit more
immersive.
realistic.
Yeah.
It's you know, and again, it started off as just me making stuff for me, which then frog jumped into me meeting Jamie and making this community, and then before you know it, I was fixing stuff for 22, and then before I know it, I'm like modding and converting and bringing stuff back from previous games. It is, as I say, you know, many people say, well, when do you play Scoots? And the answer is, I don't.
Yeah. Well, that was going to be one of the questions that I had lined up for you, was what's your favourite kind of work to do in Farm Sim? But it's I suppose that's a bit null and void if you very rarely get the chance to play the game.
I do have a map. My map that I do like to play is Maypole. Everyone laughs at me when I say this, even in our channel, and again, Jamie and the rest of the lads always laugh, because it's just the map I like to play, and a lot of them use other maps, and like I say, Briscoe's map and all the other different maps that are flying about that people are well aware of. You know, we're not short of maps, but Maypole's always just been Maypole's always just been my comfort, and I've enjoyed that. And
go on, sorry.
And in the respect of that, I started playing that when it was released, and then it had a consequent patch.
Chat mids. No, it's sorry to interrupt, lads. You carry on. I'm just going to talk to mids while I'm reading my chat. Sorry.
No worries.
So I started when it released.
Oh, come on, mate. It's really hard to do that, isn't it? Sorry, you carry on.
And then I think in total, from now, from when it released until now, I've probably only played about 50 hours.
Wow.
Because I spend more time in the shop and more time testing and bringing stuff in and out of the game. So
it is crazy, isn't it? I can relate to when I used to speak to FARMERSIM Briscoe that he hardly ever plays the game. You know, even though he puts, I think he quoted something like 800 and something hours for putting into making one of his maps, but the only thing he ever does is once he gets to a certain point, he'll run a quick harvest, for example. But that's pretty much it. He doesn't. It's not like it's just interesting to see how other people enjoy the game or play the game, or you know, it's just crazy to know that you put so many hours into making the stuff that we use to play the game, but you actually hardly ever get to play the game.
It's the kind of irony of it, isn't it?
Yeah. It's the testing. It's does it get wet? Does it get mucky? Does it function correctly? Does it, you know, all these sort of things, and then you'll find something that you're not happy with, or you'll find something doesn't work, and then it's back to the drawing board, and then you start messing about. Jamie laughs at me because I always say to Jamie, right, Jamie, I'm gonna slow down, mate. I'm gonna pull it back a bit and stuff like that. And he just laughs and he's like, you're lying. You're absolutely lying. He's like, you can't, can you? And I'm like, no, I can't. But I must admit, I have slowed down a little bit. I don't really push myself to the absolute limit like I did, say, 3-4 months ago. The Larry stuff, the Larry incident really knocked me for quite a while. To a point where I actually put a post out saying I am no longer doing any public modding at all.
Hi, Hugh Jones. Hope you're well, my friend. Thank you very much for joining.
But I have mellowed out a little bit now, and like I've kind of like
you found your
that anger.
Bought you a present, FARMERSIM.
Say again.
I bought you a present.
You bought me a present? Ah, Mux. Oh, this. Do you know what? I had a look at this earlier today. The new 9RX.
Yeah.
It looks mental on the pulling that.
I thought it'd look quite good on the front of the Richard Weston spread. Have you seen the scoops?
He's got
again the content. I've not even looked at it. You know, it's like I
had a very brief look at it earlier today, literally for about 3 minutes, because it was in preparing. Sorry for this stream this evening, and I was like, oh, but the patch has been released today. I need to at least just have a look at one of the features, and the first thing I went to was that thing. It's
smart. Do you want to swap at FARMERSIM and jump in this and have a go, or Scoots, do you want to go and take your spreader for a spin, or?
No, I'm fine. I just like to say, even when I look at that now, I look at that and go, oh my god, them tracks will be a nightmare to mod.
you look at how they're built, don't you? You look at what's gone into actually creating the things.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, sorry to interrupt you, gents. That will be a couple of minutes. I'm just gonna go through the details on this giveaway that we're gonna run. So
okay. Yeah.
If everybody can hear me on my live and on FARMERSIM's live, what we're going to do, Scoots has very kindly agreed to run a giveaway with us tonight, and there's a few little bits and pieces to do with the giveaway. So what he's agreed to do is some custom work to a particular mod that is to be kept private. So maybe put in some logos, or like you've seen myself, I've got on some of mine. Scoots did mine for me. I know FARMERSIM's got some logos on some of his stuff that he's had someone do, so something like that. Or maybe a custom convert of a mod that is from a previous version. So there's a few little bits and pieces about this. So if it's to be something that is custom converted, then yourself or Scoots is to seek, or between you is to seek permission to do so. And if that's agreed, then great. That can be done, and as long as it is then obviously not uploaded, like we've spoken to, onto a scraper site and left out in the public for other people to download, because that's not the purpose of the giveaway. It is to be done as a custom one-off personal mod for yourself, to be kept for yourself.
Yeah.
Obviously this comes with a little caveat of time. Again, Scoots will let you know on that, would let the winner know on that, how much time he's willing to put in to convert something, or the work he's willing to do.
Yeah.
But that is what the giveaway is for. So what we're going to do is I've got Nightbot running in the background, same as FARMERSIM. So if you can jump over onto my live stream, type in my chat the word giveaway, all in lowercase, all one word, that will load into Nightbot and that will pick a winner for me. So from now, we'll leave it till say 20 past, so give you just over 10 minutes. So
there we go.
All lowercase, one word, giveaway over on my chat, and then we'll pick a winner just towards the end of the stream. So
Awesome.
anything else after that, you got any questions about it, you can ask myself or SCOOTZ, and we can run through that as well. So there we go.
Awesome. How
Almost
many
lots.
bales have we got in this field?
Lots of bales.
Probably about a trillion.
About a trillion.
105 so far, according to the bale counter.
Wow.
Yeah, not done bad there. There's still a whole load
There we
more
go.
rows over there as well.
Hold
so
on that for a minute, matey. I'm
we
just
go.
going to tab out of the game for 1 second.
Again, big hello to everyone in the chat here. Just catch up with a few. We've got Rooster's Farm here. We've got Lancy Boy in the chat. Hello, mate. Forgive me, mate. I did see you
Lancy Boy, hello,
drop
mate,
a
you
message
okay?
there. Hope you're well. Wranglosaurus Rex, good evening, mate. Hope you're well. McGarrett DK. Mark Aythornthwaite, hey up, mate. How you doing? Good to see you. Mark Thor says he hasn't had a personal save since FARMERSIM 19. There you go. Goodness me.
So the people who put that in my chat, just do us a favour, just retype giveaway in, just because make sure it's come up. It will only accept it once anyway, but I just needed to refresh it. So
Okay.
go for it, gents. That is open.
But yeah, not had a personal save since FARMERSIM 19. That's crazy. I've lost count of how many I've got. Goodness me.
It's one of the things that I say to people. You know, a lot of people go, I want to do modding, and I'm like, but do you?
Yeah. If you want to play the game, you need to decide whether you want to do modding or play the game, because the two don't necessarily go hand in hand.
Yeah, because then you go down that route, like with me, I'll go Maple and I'll start playing it and I'll go, do you know what, I want a trailer, and I'll go, I don't want any of them trailers, I want this trailer, and it's like, but you haven't converted that, have you? And it's just like, no. So then you start converting it. And then you do that and you get back into it again, and then before you know, you're like, oh well, I want another bale fork or another tractor or something, and then it's just a big hamster wheel, and you just go around and round and round and round.
And at the end of it all, you've got a wonderful collection of mods that you've done yourself, and you can call a bit of a portfolio. But you've still only got 3 hours in FARMERSIM 25 in total.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As I say, 13.5 gigs of mods, and I don't even think I used 90% of them.
Goodness me.
It's just,
Yeah.
it's, you know, I can't even remember most of them. You know, I just fixed them and did whatever, and I'm like, yeah, put that in the folder, and I'll use that, and I'll use that, and it just never happened ever.
And here's us on the other side of the fence. I think I'm currently just under 1,700 hours in FARMERSIM 25. I was north of 5,000 hours in 22, and I think something about 3,500 in FARMERSIM 19. And it's like, yeah.
It's when it fell off a cliff for me, is when 19 I did get quite a considerable amount of hours in, but then when 22 came around, and it just kind of snowballed, and for now my name was starting to get about and popular, and people were using stuff, and but again, you know, it's just like, I even started like noticing things like you'd see something, I'd be like, I could have swore that's mine, and then I'd look or I'd ask them and I'd say, where'd you get that from? And they go, oh, so and so sent me, and I'll go, all right, and I'll go, has it got CT on the end of it? And they'll go, yeah, why? And I'll go, oh, that's another one of my mods leaked.
Oh.
Do you know, it's like it's just one of them. It's like,
Yeah.
just one big rabbit run. It's mad. Like, and again, I'm not the only one, and I'm certainly not crying the poor tale about it, because, like I say, there's a lot of modders out there that have gone through exactly the same thing as me, and Jamie and Ross. It's nothing new.
We've heard this story or these similar stories so many times, and it is a shame. I suppose you can call it just maybe not a cancer of Farming Simulator, but it is a big problem within the Farming Simulator world that's been kind of constant, hasn't it? Really, it's
yeah, it is, and it's not just that either. You know, some of the requests I get are just like, some of them are just off the wall. Like,
really,
you know, yeah, I get people asking me to crack DLC. I get people asking me
really.
to take things. Yeah, it's because the problem is that because they think you're a modder, which, you know, that's why I don't call myself a modder, and it's not in my title either. But
Yeah.
a lot of people think it's because you're in the know for that and you know your way around.
They expect
yeah,
you know how to do every single thing that you can do within Farming Simulator or
FARMERSIM.
playing it.
yeah.
Yes, mate.
Do you want to swap?
Yeah. I can swap. Where are you?
Right next to you. In the
You're right.
JCB.
You're right next to me in the JCB. Oh, do you know what? Sorry, mate. I was looking for your name, but you're playing with under your dad's label, aren't you? There you go. There you go. It's all yours, mate. Carry on. Sorry, Scoots. Carry on, mate.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, can you get the tractor out of the DLC for me, or can you get this out, or do this, or do that, you know? And I'm just like, yeah, you know, I can't do that.
Yeah,
You know,
it's proper cheeky. But
yeah,
with no real concern for what's actually legal's the wrong word, isn't it? But technically, it's, you know, it's what's allowed. It's what you're allowed to do. You're not allowed to. You're not meant to be able to break into the DLCs or anything like that. Funnily enough, it's a conversation that started a couple of days ago. Where was it? I think it was over in Discord, and we were talking about one of my first series came up into conversation on Holmacra, a map in FARMERSIM 22, which was like a forestry map, and I mentioned the. Oh no, that's what it was. Somebody, one of my Discord members, Dinky, was going back and watching some of my older content from FARMERSIM 22, and he was watching a series that I made on the Holmacra map, and he questioned something that I'd said in the video, which was, what's the map that can't be named? Now, there was a map, I suppose I can name it now. It was something that we kind of dubbed the map that can't be named, because it was called Azura, and it was a modder from a different country who'd basically broken into and used the Silver Run DLC, the forestry DLC, and I've just knocked a load of bales off the trailer. Shocking. Yeah, and it was an amazing map, but it was made using the assets from the DLC that were meant to be locked and not available and all that kind of stuff, so it caused a bit of an uproar. And yeah, sorry, that just came to my memory then, that's all. Talking about breaking into DLCs and stuff.
Yeah, it is an odd one. As I say, I get everyone out there the frustration that they can't edit stuff and do stuff like that, and believe me, modders are just as frustrated, because again, we can't access the coding either, and we need it.
Yeah.
That we can implement stuff.
Yeah.
So we get it just as much as you guys, but again, you know, please don't go out of your way to crack DLC.
No.
I know it's tempting, and again, but you're gonna get yourself in hot water. Not through giants, but through going through very, very dark, murky websites that will offer you stuff like that. And 9 times out of 10, the only thing you're gonna get is a virus.
Yeah.
Or spyware, or your computer filled full of crap, basically. So.
Yeah.
As much as it is tempting to go down that road and start trying or looking into cracking DLC, please just be mindful of what potentially can happen.
I wouldn't even know where to start with that kind of thing. I just get chuffed with myself when I can alter the feed capacity of cows and change the productivity of like the levels that grass can give them. I'm happy doing that. That's fine. That's the limitations of what I'm going to do with a mod or anything like that. Or add a Perkins diesel engine to a JCB. I was dead happy with that. That's about.
Well, yeah, that's it. It's, you know, and a lot of people message me about maps, and I'm like, I'm really sorry, but maps are not me. I don't touch maps in any way, shape, or form. You know, I'm the one who had to follow a tutorial that Welsh did to change the textures for my map, because I didn't have a clue, because I'd never ever touched maps. I just play the map as it's intended, and I've never ever messed with maps. Some of the other guys do mess with the maps, and do a lot of other stuff and everything else, which, you know, is just their thing. The reason why I don't mess with maps is because it's of no interest to me.
Yeah,
at
yeah.
all. I just don't find it entertaining. So that's why I don't. Mine is kit, that as I call it. It's kit and equipment and everything else that goes with it.
That's it.
Yeah, it's
Last couple of minutes on this giveaway, guys. If you ever want to jump in, I believe it's run till 20 past, and then we shall look for a winner.
It is, as I say, going back to what I was saying about people, by all means, if people haven't joined the Meadow Discord, please feel free to join it. We are quite friendly. We're strict, but we are very friendly.
Quite friendly.
Yeah, we are friendly. We just don't tolerate. We just don't tolerate nonsense in there. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Depends how much tea that Scoots has drunk before going in there. That's usually what it depends on his tolerance levels.
Yeah, it's just a really. It's, to be honest, it's not my channel. I just admin it. It's Jamie's baby, really. It's not actually mine. It's Jamie's the top of the tree when it comes to the Discord. I am totally Discord illiterate. I'm not very. I know how to chat to people and I know how to reply to people and I know how to do very basic stuff. He does all the technical stuff in the background.
That's a whole different world. I'm kind of the same. I do have my own Discord, but I can take almost no responsibility for what it's turned out like. I've counted on the help of some wonderful people like Chimera, for example. She's helped me turn that into the place it is today. It was Ron who built it for me in the very first place years ago, and I just haven't got a clue with it. I'm getting my head around it now, slowly-ish, but that's a whole different learning curve. Is Discord? It really is.
I just avoid it because I just don't need to learn something else. I've got enough on my plate with dealing with everything else, and I know the basics of Discord and what I need to do.
DK, the mod I'm talking is Scoots from Meadow Mods.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's responsible for putting all of these mods together that we've been using tonight, including that baler that Freon's currently baling this grass up with.
There we go.
But yeah, it's all him. I just do the basics of Discord. My only gripes in there is, and again, I'm very outspoken in Meadow, and a lot of people that know me from. Most people have probably never heard my voice before, to be perfectly honest. But the people that, the people that are in there know that I don't tolerate any nonsense in there.
Yeah.
And I regularly delete. I regularly delete comments every single day where someone will go, "Can someone send me this?" If there's no please or no thank you on the end of it,
Daniel.
That's basic manners at the end of the day.
Yeah.
How you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining us, jumping on. Just be talking about you.
It's it's just the little things like that that really gripe me. So I at least once or twice a day I have to delete at least one or two comments from people that will just say, "Can I have this? Can you send me this?" And if there's no please on it, no thank you, I just delete it.
Yeah, it's just that entitled attitude in a way, isn't it?
Or it's like, send this or send that or give me that or give me this, and it's just like, whoa.
It's like, no. How about no?
Yeah, and it's
When we're putting these bales, Welsh. Sorry, Scoots.
I've just kind of put them in one of the outdoor storage thingies. So.
But we haven't got any auto load or anything, have we?
No, it updated, didn't it, since the patch, and I couldn't update it. So
right, okay.
If you go down the side of that shed there, there's bale storage there.
Oh, have we got?
Done well. You stacked all them up without even falling over.
One of them fell over. Is one of these? Is one of these sheds here an auto bale shed?
That one there, mate. Yeah.
The one I'm with here.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that. Wonderful. Yes, I stacked all those myself.
Well done, you. Give yourself a pat on the back. You win a cookie.
It's not all skill issues here,
Right. Sorry, Fran. Can you just stop there for a sec, dude? I am just going to run back into Nightbot now. Just going to tab out the game for 1 second, gents, and pick a winner for this competition. Any last takers for this competition before I close it? Any more?
Just on that as well, everyone. Again, if you do want to start modding or get into modding, I'm not going to be the kind of person that says don't do it. Just jump into it, and start messing about with stuff. You know, you can't break anything. Anything that you break is very much fixable. Just be very careful, especially when you're messing with your game files and stuff like that. Just be mindful of what you're doing. But don't be scared to try and convert, or don't be scared to try and mess around with stuff.
Yeah, that's always been my best way to learn something, is to try and do something myself. Sometimes it might take me a little bit to muster the courage to do something really big, like within my little world. Something I recently did. It's nothing to do with modding or anything. It's to do with my YouTube channel. But I finally found and took a few brave pills and changed to a much more detailed and complicated video editor. I've been doing this now for a couple of years, and I've been using a very simple, idiot-proof video editing software. And I went to a big one called DaVinci, which was, you know, it's the difference between driving a kiddie's little Tykes plastic cart to powering the Saturn V rocket. You know, the different. But I'm so glad that I did now. I gave myself a week or 2 weeks of a really heavy crash course in learning this thing, because I've got no one to teach me. I did it myself. And
I taught myself as well.
Yeah.
So I was no use to try and help you when I suggested it. It was like
but now I'm
just one sec, mate. Sorry. Congratulations, HVT
Hutchins.
That makes sense now with the V in it. There you go. Congratulations, Hutchins. You are the winner of this episode's giveaway.
Congratulations, mate.
Contact myself or SCOOTZ direct. Contact myself or SCOOTZ if you like through Discord, and we can get the giveaway underway. Any questions on it, just let me know. And yeah, congratulations, mate. Well done.
Nice. Oh, there we go. Here's Trouble herself. I would rather spend hours working on textures than spend a single minute working with a model. That's Kim. She's jumped in the chat. Hey up, mate. Hope you're good. Nice to see you, mate.
Kim.
How's it going?
Hello, Kim.
There we go.
Same as me. I'd much rather have the model there and just do what I need to do with it. It's I've just never been a fan of the making of the model. It's just one of them things, and a lot of modders have said to me, look, like, make your own scoots, you know, and I've just got no desire to do it. I really haven't. And I think if the passion's not there, it's not worth doing. So
yeah, absolutely.
You know, maybe one day I might wake up and think, do you know what, I want to make something, but at this moment in time,
until that time comes, until you find that comfort in your own mind that you're gonna, and that motivation to do it, there's no point forcing it. At the end of the day, it's such a creative thing, isn't it? Really, and technical. That looks absolutely ridiculous. Seeing an 839 RX with a Richard Weston muck spreader on the back. It's like it's like seeing a Bentley Continental with a little single axle trailer going to the tip. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what? And that's do you know what I mean? Just the size of the thing. It's just oh dear me, that's mental. Brilliant. I do love that muck spreader though. It really is an awesome bit of kit.
The downloads from that are off the chart.
Are they?
It's getting nearly 1,000 downloads a week.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's bonkers on it.
Yeah, I'd say totally combined, and again, I can't give exact figures because again, scraper sites and everything else, but just on the HIO alone, combined all the mods together, I think they've exceeded well over 100,000 downloads.
Whoa.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's impressive. And that to me says a lot about quality of your work and the thought you put into what you release. You don't just
knock the tractor.
You've just got your New Holland covered in poo cream.
Yeah, the Richard Weston trailer hit 40,000 downloads in a week. You know,
wow.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
You know, but it's because people were just so desperate to have something that was UK, something that they recognised, and back then there wasn't anything.
Yeah.
So it's just propelled it, you know, and same with the weight as well. You know, people want stuff that they recognise and what they see.
Yeah.
So it's
You just have a nice shower there, Scoots.
It is one of them things, you know. I do tend to stick with the stuff that's UK based and like UK-esque.
Yeah.
To what I can, you know, that I can imagine that I'd see in the UK.
Yeah.
So again, I'm just trying to bridge that gap and provide stuff that people wouldn't necessarily see, and that's a lot of the kit that you see on my page is what you wouldn't normally ever see.
It's stuff that you want to release rather than stuff people are hounding you for to release. This goes back to what you were saying about not hunting out like popularity and that kind of thing. You know, you do it because you enjoy doing it and you do what you want to do. If you were hunting out popularity and downloads and all that sort of stuff, you would probably end up just throwing loads of stuff out there for the sake of it, and the quality and the time you spend on it would be a lot less.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I wanted the popularity, I'd put it on Mod Hub.
Yeah.
Well, there's that. Yeah.
I'd put it on Mod Hub, and I'd make money out of it, you know. But I don't. I'm just not interested in that sort of thing. It's just like my little page, and I just put stuff on there every so often, and if it does really well, it does really well. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, not everything that I've done has been a massive hit. Shockingly enough, you know, not some stuff that you just wouldn't expect. You know, has been like the stuff that I didn't expect to be a big thing.
Yeah.
As like exceeded my expectations beyond belief. I didn't think anyone would be bothered about the Grizzly sets. I didn't think anyone would touch them. But they are massively popular.
Yeah. Well, that they do change the way that you can muck around with refilling your balers and stuff with your net wrap and stuff, instead of just well, I've just been guilty of it this evening actually when I was baling up before. It's like, I know I ran out of bale net and I just ran back to where I knew there was a pallet of and, you know, filled it up. Yeah. Whereas had I actually used all 4 of my brain cells, I'd have had the Grizzly on the front there, and I'd have just been refilling as I go.
That's it. As soon as you said, I've just hit 500 subs.
Hey, there we go. There's another reason for there's the applause there. Wonderful stuff. Congratulations, mate.
Thank you very much, guys.
Great news. Nice one, everyone.
Mrs. Welsh says I've now got to be nice to Freon for a week.
Can I have a yes day for a week?
A yes day for a week? Yeah. No, you can't have a yes day for a week.
600 10 minutes, you have to be nice to me.
I was going to say, a yes day for a week would be a yes week, wouldn't it?
Yes, and then Mrs. Welsh has just said if I got to 600 in the next 10 minutes, I'd have to be nice to her as well.
I don't think you will.
No, let's not try that. No, just stop at 500 for tonight, shall we? Thank you.
just want to make sure I've not missed any questions from anyone. Does anyone have a burning modding question that they want to ask or anything like that?
I've got a question here from McGarrett for you, saying how much do you use Blender when you make a model? But I think we might have covered most of that answer.
Yeah,
I suppose. But yeah, sorry, McGarrett. I'm again, to everyone in my chat, I'm not being rude. It's kind of a different format this evening with there being a lot more chat in the game, as it were. I'm not trying to ignore anyone.
To get in smashed.
Alex B there saying he's subbed to you well, so that's all good. Nice one, mate.
Thank you very much, people. Much appreciated. Thank you very much for that. Really do.
Absolutely.
Sub button. Cheers, Gil. Hey, Gil. No, good to see you, mate.
Hey up, Gil.
Come over here.
Yeah, Freon's giving Scoots a shower, so it's probably time it's 8:30 actually, we're going to have to think about calling it.
Ah, no, oh, so it is, yeah. Goodness me. Time flies.
We're having fun.
It certainly does. And you're flinging muck all over Scoots, that's not very nice.
Yeah, just obviously, he's welcome to obviously rewind the video back, but just to give him a very, very brief answer to that. Blender, yes. If you want to do it properly, yes. Blender is 90% of the battle. If you want to just do it quickly and just for personal use, you can get away with auto convert, but again, it does break more than it actually fixes. So if you want to learn it properly, do it via Blender.
There we go.
Just
There
to
we
answer
go.
a question in mine, I've got Daniel has asked, how do I put a wibbly wobbly on my lizard pickup? My question to you is,
What's a
have you got a
wibbly?
wibbly wobbly? Because if you have, and that's not a personal question either before I go any further, I've got a video on my channel which should tell you how to put a wibbly wobbly on your pickup.
What's a wibbly wobbly? You mean a
I think he
nodding,
means it.
like a
An
nodding?
aerial, I think.
Oh, right.
Like a CB aerial, I think that's what he means.
Oh, okay. Hey up, Gil.
yeah,
He's in the chat here as well. Oi, oi. He's
Multitasking. If you need any
spamming.
help with that, Daniel, let me know, mate, and I can help you out with that.
Blender is
might be
witchcraft, says Mark
yeah.
Haythornthwaite.
I might be guilty of giving it the name the Wibbly Wobbly because the aerial that I did and released for 25, I named it as the FS25 Wibbly Wobbly.
Oh, so that's you.
So that could be me where that's come from personally, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. I was actually getting mixed up thinking it was like a nodding dog on a dashboard or something like that, but okay.
No, it's a large aerial that you can put on a piece of equipment, and if you code it correctly, it will wobble.
It will wibbly wobbly, will it?
Yeah, it'll wobble with the wind or wobble as you drive. So that's why I called it the Wibbly Wobbly.
We just need we need Rowan Atkinson to say that though, don't we? The wibbly wobbly.
Yeah, that's one thing I haven't learned yet is how to get stuff to wibbly wobbly and move around. I've been shown how to do it once and then completely forgotten. Something I need to revisit. But we are going to have to call it a night now. It's the apprentice's bedtime.
Indeed, we are. So.
Yeah.
I suppose thank you very much to everyone in the chat first and foremost.
I go to bed.
From my side of things, I do apologise for not being fully chat worthy in that sense. But a massive thank you to Scoots, mate, for joining us for this evening. This is our first official proper special guest thing. So thank you so much for your time, Scoots. Thank you.
Appreciate that, mate.
Thank you for
really,
for everything that you do for the
informative.
community, for mods. Yes, it's been really cool to get a mod.
I'm getting showered.
I'm getting showered.
No, we need to. Oh, actually, before we do go any further, we do actually need to do a screenshot.
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
End of every. Yeah. Right. What's that doing? What's that? If you gentlemen want to head and turn that lock spread off before I give you a shower.
Where are we going?
Just over here, if you want.
We should stand on the trailer, surely.
Yeah.
Who's driving the 9RX?
Oh, 3 on his.
Ah.
No, Dad is.
Maybe not. Right, let's jump on here.
There we go. Grab a screenshot while we're here.
Oop. And let's face
that yonder direction. It made me laugh on your thumbnail actually, Welsh. That you were stood at the end of the trailer away from me like I'd just broken wind or something.
Probably, like I said to you, probably because you had.
That was a creepy one.
There we go.
Screenshot. Smile for the camera. There we go. Good stuff. Right, so we're going to have to call it a night. Yeah, thank you very much to everybody for joining us.
Yes.
Really appreciate it.
Thanks,
a massive
Scoots.
thank you and welcome to all the new subs to the channel. Again, that's really cool, isn't it, mate? Hitting 500. I never thought we would be getting sort of this reaction to the content that we put out, and we really do enjoy it, so it's appreciated that.
That's the main thing.
People, yeah, and we enjoy it, don't we, mate?
Yeah.
That's
we
all
enjoy
that
doing
matters.
these lives and stuff. So, and again, thank you very much to Scoots.
Indeed. Thanks for your time, mate. Thank you for your mods.
Yeah, really.
Not a problem. Again, if anyone's watching and they do wish to speak to me, I am in Meadow. I am contactable by HIO, so if anyone does have any questions or
speak to me
or anything like that, then they are more than welcome to send me a message. Again, just bear with me. I do work full time and I might not reply to you straight away, but again, you are more than welcome to send me a message.
Patience is a virtue.
Indeed. Right. Thank you very much, gents.
Nice one,
I'll
guys.
catch up with you guys in Discord over the next couple of days. Well, everybody watching, thank you very much. Next episode is planned at the moment for the beginning of Jan. If anything else changes, we will keep you posted.
Indeed, we will. So thanks again, everyone.
Yeah,
cheers.
take care, guys.
See you later. Try now.
Bye.
Bye bye. Cheers, Scoots.